tinatawag natin na formula. Kasi hindi pwedeng minus lang to ng minus, ano? Kailangan merong interest siya. So, I hope gumamit ka ng formula dito for depreciation. So, you have the declining balance, the double declining balance, and the SYD. Anong yung SYD? Okay. May kasunod pa ba rin? Kasi parang wala naman ikaw nasagot. Miss Arabella. Si AJ pala yan. AJ, narito ka na. Absent ka kahapon, AJ.
Yes po, ma'am. May kasunod pa po, ma'am, yung akin, yung table po.
Okay. So, paki-review ng mga formula. Meron tayong correction sa mga formula natin. I hope ay nakuha ninyo. Okay, this is a straight line. This is sinking fund method. And again, for depreciation, this is, ang kinakompute nyo dito is total depreciation. I hope na gumamit kayo ng formula. Okay? Ito na naman yung lumabas yung formula yun. Saan ba nanggaling anong formula ito? This is the rate of depreciation. Wala na. Yan ba nag-submit? Pa. Yun pa lang ang nakakasubmit. Okay, please submit your solution on this Google Classroom. Okay? Okay, so let me present our manual. Again, take note of some of the correction for the depreciation natin. Ano? We have depreciation. So this is the formula for straight line. Yan. Wala namang correction dito. We have the formula for sinking fund. Dito tayo may correction. This is the sum of all depreciation after n years. So since ito ay annuity, ito ay uniform series compound amount factor, which is 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. So take note, may minus 1 tayo dito. Baka mamaya, ito yung masaulo nyo na formula. Okay? And then we have this formula for declining balance method. This is our rate of depreciation. Okay, this is 1 minus the L root of salvage value over FC. So again, ang reference natin is our manual. So let us have this as our formula for the rate of depreciation. Okay. Although yung ginamit nyo yung formula ay tama rin naman, kaya nga lang, iba yung reference nyo, iba yung source ng inyong formula. So for the double declining, we have here the formula. So every period, katulad ng sa declining balance, nag-iiba-iba siya every period. So ito yung formula ng ating depreciation during any year. And also for double declining balance method, ito rin yung formula for, pa lang isa kasi pinalitan natin ng 2 over LUK. And for SYD, can use this equation for determining the depreciation during any year. Okay, or that is the reverse digit over sum of the year's digit method. Okay, pinaliwanag naman natin yan kahapon. Okay, so sa mga nag-submit na, thank you very much. At yung mga hindi pa nagsasubmit, please try to solve it on your own para naman nakasalubong nyo ang mga formulas ng ating depreciation. Okay? Again, ang exam natin will be on July 19. So, binago ko ang exam instead na July 18 kasi ito yung time na mag-face-to-face class tayo. So, gusto ko muna kayong makita sa July 18 bago tayo mag-exam. So, ang exam natin ay Sunday. And for section 1, anong gusto nyong oras ng start? 12:30 o 1:30? Okay na ba yung 12:30? Wala ba tayong masasagasaan na klase? Again, kung mag-start tayo ng exam sa July 19, Sunday, okay lang ba na mag-start tayo ng 12:30? Meron bang magiging concern? Pakitaas naman ang kamay. Wala. So, pwede tayo mag-start na 12:30 right after sa exam ng section 2. Kaya section 2 ay 10:30 to 12:30. Kayo ay 12:30. Mag-start tayo ng 12:30, matatapos kayo ng 2:30. Okay? Ang topic natin will start with depreciation, depletion. Discuss natin kahapon ang capitalized cost. Again, let us have the formula for capitalized cost. From our manual, we have here this one. Diniscuss natin kahapon ito, capitalized cost. And we also discussed bond value. We have this formula for bonds. Nasa capital financing yon. Financing through bonds, ano? So we have here the value ng bond value. We can use this one. Ginamit ko kasing is from textbook which is VN, the bond value, pero okay na rin tong formula na to which is in terms of P. So this is the present worth of two cash flows. We have an ordinary annuity and we have a single cash flow. So this is the present worth ng dalawang income. We have a periodic interest, this one, and we have the repayment of the principal. So yung A doon is the periodic interest A, which is Z multiplied by R. Okay? Yung A na yon, yan. Ginamit kasi niya ay F, but still, that is the face value. Sa textbook natin is Z. Dito ay F for the face value or par value. Okay. So again, yung A na yon is the interest, periodic interest, which is deposited in a sinking fund. Kaya ganun ang kanyang definition. Okay? And then, sunod natin topic after bonds is nakasama sa exam is evaluation of single project. So, with the introduction, I think na-start na ako kahapon. So, all engineering economy of Capital project should consider the return that the given project will or should produce. The basic question this book addresses is whether a proposed capital investment and its associated expenditures can be recovered by revenue or savings over time. In addition to a return on the capital that is sufficiently attractive in view of the risk involved and the potential alternative uses. So again, dalawa yung ating gauge. Kailangan may recovery na ng investment and associated expenditures by revenue. So kailangan may revenue, syempre doon natin i-recover ang ating investment at saka expenses, or tinatawag natin na kung walang direct na sales, pwedeng savings. Let's say nakatipid ka ng kuryente if you use this one. So yun, pwede siyang benefit natin. Okay? And in addition to a return on the capital, ito yung tinatawag natin na profit. Ano, yung balik ng pera is profit, and it must be sufficiently attractive in view of the risk involved so that ang basis natin for making decision is our MARR, or what we call the minimum attractive rate of return. Okay, so we have our first method, the rate of return method. So bago tayo mag-rate of return method, let us have first the nomenclature we're going to use. Okay. I'm not sure kung nagbigay siya ng nomenclature. Wait lang. Iba yung kanyang nomenclature. Let us use this one. Okay. Okay, so again, for evaluation ng single project, we're going to use these letters. Again, iba-ibang textbook, iba-iba yung ginagamit na letters or symbol to represent those nomenclature. So sa atin, ang gagamitin natin, we have I for initial investment. Okay. Ito rin yung ating tinatawag na first cost. Ito rin yung tinatawag natin na original cost, CO. Okay, so pare-pareho sila ang meaning nila. This is initial investment ang I. So I for initial investment, SV for salvage value. Okay, and we have N. This time, ang N natin is study period. So that kung walang given na study period at ang given ay life, that will be our study period. Okay? So, ang tawag sa N natin ay study period. And kung wala siyang given na specific na study period, this will be equal sa ating useful life na L. Okay? And then we have for revenue, gumamit tayo ng letter R. Ang nasa ating kasing manual is TAR or total annual revenue. So para isa na lang letter, R na lang tayo for revenue. Okay. Revenue. At alam natin yung revenue, it is annual. Every year, revenue. Spelling ko na revenue. Revenue. Okay. This is revenue or income. So ito ay periodically or annually, meron tayong revenue. So this is income or revenue. And then, kung hindi directly given ang revenue, so this is the price per unit. Nasa chapter 2 ang definition nito. This is the price per unit multiplied by the number of units sold. Okay. And kung walang discrepancy sa nabili at sa na-produce, so lagi natin ina-assume na lahat ng na-produce ay nabili. So this is number of units sold. multiply natin to get the total revenue. For expenses, so ang gagamitin nating letter ay E. Kasi doon sa formula ng ROR ay nakalagay TAC for cost. Ano? So this time it is expenses ang gamitin natin para isa din lang letter. Expenses. Okay. So ito rin ay annual. Meaning every year. Okay. Usually ay ina-itemize ang expenses, let's say for material costs, for labor costs, utility, rentals, and so on. No? Minsan naman isang ano lang given, isang value lang for expenses. And then we also have what we call the basis natin ng decision making. So we have the MARR, this is the minimum attractive rate of return, or this is the interest rate. Okay. Also, if we have to compute depreciation, so we're using sinking fund method. Ang ating formula for sinking fund method, FC minus salvage value, take note, parenthesis are, multiplied by the sinking fund factor I over 1 plus I raised to L minus 1. So this is the annual cost of depreciation for sinking fund method, where FC is the initial investment also. Of course, SB is salvage value. Ang I natin is the MARR. Ang L natin is the useful life, or what we call the study period. For this nomenclature, so that apat itong mga cash flows, isang initial investment which is cash outflow, this is outflow, out na lang ilagay natin, for initial investment. Salvage value ay inflow, pataas, or positive cash flow siya. Revenue natin is cash inflow din, so this is also positive cash flow. And then ang expenses natin, of course, is cash outflow. Okay? So, lahat ng mga given natin sa problem boils down with this 4 cash flows. Dalawang cash outflow, the initial investment and the expenses, and dalawang cash inflows, which is salvage value and revenue. Okay, so let us have our first method. We have the rate of return method, ROR. Okay, so for ROR, rate of return is a measure of effectiveness of an investment of capital. It is a financial efficiency. So alam naman natin ang formula ng efficiency, this is output over input. So ang output natin ay profit at ang input natin ay capital investment. So naglagay tayo ng capital sa isang project. So we are supposed to have a benefit of that project, which is what we call profit. Okay? So when this method is used, it is necessary to decide whether the computed rate of return is sufficient to justify the investment. The advantage of this method is that it is easily understood by the management and investor. The application of the rate of return are controlled by the following condition. The first one, a single investment of capital at the beginning of the first year of the project life. So, ibig sabihin, isang beses ka lang naglagay ng capital at the beginning of the first year of project life. Okay? Wala tayong additional capital after that. So, dun lang ginagamit ang rate of return kapag isang beses lang ang investment of capital. And the second one, identical revenue and cost data for each year. So, ginagamit lang ang rate of return method kung pare-pareho ang kanyang annual revenue every year. Annual na, every year pa. Okay. Ang kanyang revenue every year. So pare-pareho siya. Uniform na revenue, uniform din ang cost for each year. Okay? Okay. So the capital invested is the total investment required to finance the project, whether it is equity or borrowed capital. So for the formula, let us use yung ating mga nomenclature na ginagamit, yung symbol natin. Yan, kopyahin lang natin to at i-substitute natin yung ating mga letters. Okay. So to determine the rate of return, it is net annual profit over capital investment. To determine the profit, so we have revenue minus expenses over capital investment. Now, also the total expenses for recovery ng capital. Okay. So that ang ROR natin, by using our symbols or letters, ang revenue natin is R, so it is annual revenue, minus expenses is profit. Okay, so revenue minus expenses is profit. But again, kailangan ma-recover natin ang capital invested on the project. So isinasama natin ang depreciation sa expenses. Okay. Yan. Hindi natin siya ginagastos. Kinukuha lang natin sa revenue at iniipon natin. That is depreciation. So for this method, rate of return method, kinocompute natin ang depreciation at isinasama siya sa expenses and then divided by the capital invested, which is I, the initial investment. Of course, multiplied by 100% para meron tayong rate of return in terms of percent. Okay. So again, revenue minus expenses plus depreciation, okay, over I. And to decide whether it is economically acceptable ang project, so that after computing for the rate of return, yan, ROR, this must be equal to or greater than our MARR para ma-justify natin ang ating capital spending or the spending ng capital or investment of capital sa isang project. Otherwise, kung less than MARR siya, hindi justified. Okay? Pwedeng may profit pero tawag doon, pero hindi niya na-reach yung ating MARR. So, kailangan lang siya ay equal to or greater than MARR para ma-justify natin ang ating investment of capital. Okay? So, let us solve one problem. Gawa tayo ng problem dito sa end ng chapter 5. Kunin natin itong mahabang problem na to para baka pag-solve tayo ng mahabang problem. So, this is use AW method, pero since nasa rate of return pa lang tayo method, so solve natin using rate of return method. Okay, post natin dito. 5-27. Alitan ko siya para dito ko ilagay sa sa kabilang side ang ating dito na. para malagay ko dito ang ating given values. I hope kita nyo lahat siya. So, 527 problem. This is at the end ng chapter 5. A company is considering constructing a plant to manufacture a proposed new product. The land costs 300,000, the building costs 600,000, and the equipment costs 250,000 in dollars lahat yun, ano? And $100,000 additional working capital is required. It is expected that the product will result in the sales of 750,000 per year for 10 years, at which time the land can be sold for 400,000, the building for 350,000, the equipment for 50,000. All of the working capital would be recovered at the end of year 10. So for the working capital, you can read the definition niya on chapter 2. No, it is the capital invested for the start of the project, at least 3 months expenses, ano? Kasi meron tayong mga expenses na kailangan parang startup siya. So let's say kung meron kang nagtayo ka ng computer shop, so ang investment mo ay nasa computers, nasa equipment mo doon, mga printers, mga tables and chairs, and so on. So, hindi ka naman makaka-start kung wala kang material cost, kung wala kang rental. Let's say, utilities, ilaw, tubig, internet. Okay. So, since these are monthly expenses, so that at least 3 months ay kailangang nakasama ang working capital sa iyong initial investment. Kailangan mayroon kang startup na capital. Okay? Labor, pang material, pambayad mo sa tao. So, kailangan meron ka na at least 3 months. Kasi yung first phase ng iyong yung start ng life ng iyong project, wala ka pa dong income. Nagsisimula ka pa lang pero may gastos ka na. So, kailangan yung startup capital ay nasa capital siya kasama ng iyong investment. Okay? And sabi dito, all of the working capital would be recovered at the end of year 10. So, marirecover mo naman yung iyong working capital na yon. So, specific dito na na-recover siya at the end of year 10. Okay? Annual expenses for labor, materials, and all other items are estimated to total $475,000 also. If the company requires an MARR of 15% per year on projects of comparable risk, determine if it should invest in the new product line, use AW method. So, this time, kunin muna natin let us use ROR method or rate of return method. Okay. So, let us have the given values. Again, for the given values, ito lang siya kukunin natin. Okay? It all boils down to this values. So, first one, we have the initial investment. Okay? So, ang initial investment natin, ayan, the land cost 300,000. Lahat ito ay in dollars, 300,000. The building cost 600,000. So, REI plus 600. The equipment cost 250,000. So, kukunin lang natin ang sum nun lahat. 250,000. And then 100,000 for working capital. Okay. So, kasama lahat yun for initial investment. Inisa-isa lang niya talaga. Ano? So, ang total niya lahat ay 300 plus 600 is 900 plus aring 100 na rin ay 1 million. Kaya ito ay 1,250,000. Yan. Kasama ang working capital at lahat ng ating investment. Another one, okay, it is expected that the product will result in the sales of 750,000 per year. So that this is the revenue. Meron kang product, so meron kang sale. Sale from the revenue, which is $750,000. So dollars din na rin, 750,000. And this is per year. Okay. Meaning pare-pareho siya every year. Ang revenue mo ay 750,000. For 10 years, so that will be our study period end. So again, not necessary yung ating study period will be the useful life of the equipment of the building. Ano? So we have a study period na 10 years. At which time the land can be sold for 400, the building for 350, and the equipment for 50,000. And all of the working capital would be recovered at the end of year 10. So yun ngayon ang ating salvage value. I-sum na lang natin. 400,000 plus 350 is 750 plus 500 is 800 plus 100,000, this is 900,000. Okay, kasama ang working capital na na-recover at the end ng year 10. So, salvage value siya. Okay. Kung makikita rin nyo, ang land ay nag-appreciate. 300 lang siya, 400 lang to. Ang building ay nag-depreciate. Ang equipment din ay nag-depreciate. So, ang formula kasi ng appreciation is the same as depreciation. Ano? So, makakancel din lang siya pag kinuha natin ang total niya. Positive yung sa land, negative yung sa depreciation. So, makakancel din lang. Isama na din lang natin sa salvage value ang ating land. Ano? Kasama sa investment ang land, kasama din sa salvage value ang land. Okay? The annual expenses for labor, materials, and other items are estimated to be 475,000. So, ito ang ating expenses. This is also annual. Yun ang ating expenses. Expenses natin is 475,000. If the company requires an MARR of 15%, so yun ang ating MARR. Dito natin babangga ang ating rate of return. Meron tayong minimum attractive rate of return. Ibig sabihin, kung naka 15% ang rate of return, ay okay na. Kung mas mataas sa 15%, mas lalong okay. Kung mas mababa sa 15%, so hindi siya justified. Okay? So again, if the company requires an MARR of 15% per year on projects of comparable risk, determine if it should invest in a new product line. So lahat ng ating methods, ito lang yung mga kailangan natin na parameters. Etong, ilan to? Initial investment. Itong initial investment. Etong rate of return. Study period, salvage value, expenses, and MARR. Kung minsan kasi ang dami pang given, ano? But lahat ng formulas natin ay in terms of these parameters. Okay. Now, isang item, again, sa rate of return is depreciation. So, depreciation natin, kung walang sinabi kung anong method na gagamitin, you always use sinking fund method. So, ang ating formula ng sinking fund is first cost minus salvage value. Huwag kakalimutan ang ating sinking fund method multiplied by our sinking fund factor I over 1 plus I raised to L, which is our life, minus 1. So, yun na rin yung ating study period. Now, let us compute for the depreciation para maisama natin sa expenses. So, this is 1,250,000 minus salvage value natin na 900,000. And then, parenthesis, multiplied by siya ng factor dito na sa baba. This is 0.15. Ang I natin is MARR. This is 1.15 raised to 10 minus 1. Paki-compute naman ako na anybody. And paki-dictate naman ng value ng depreciation. AJ, nahanap kita kahapon kasi pag-check mo ako ng papel, ng exam pala. Pero may nag-volunteer na. Sino nga nag-volunteer? So, anytime na or available kayo, meaning free time nyo siya. So, yung mga nag-volunteer mag-check, punta lang kayo dito sa 3rd floor ng SSC building. Kaya lang, maliit lang yung aking opisina. Ano? Liit lang ng table. So, dalawa lang yung magkakasya. 2 hanggang 3, pero 2 na lang para maluog-luog tayo. So, anybody, sino nag-compute ng depreciation? Paki-dictate naman. Or paki-compute naman na ring depreciation, are. And paki-dictate ng value. Anybody? Yes.
Ma'am, yung sagot lang.
Aha.
Ano po, 17,238.
Okay.
22188.
2,
188 po.
18819 na lang. Okay? So, ito ang depreciation every year. Uniform siya every year. Kaya pag sinama natin sa expenses na uniform pa rin ang expenses. Ano? So, again, ginagamit lang ang rate of return pag isang beses lang ang initial investment at saka pag uniform ang revenue, uniform ang expenses. Okay? Para ang ating rate of return ay pare-pareho every year. So, for our rate of return na formula, ROR, we have revenue minus expenses plus depreciation. So, isinasama natin ang depreciation sa expenses. This is para sa recovery ng capital. At pag pagka meron pang labis, profit na yon. Okay? So, over I. Okay, ito yung formula natin na gagamitin. So, ang revenue natin ay $750,000. Huwag ko nang ilagay ang dollars, ano? Nagugulo kasi. Minus, ang expenses natin ay 475,000 plus depreciation na 17,238.2219. Okay? Divided by our initial investment na 1,250,000. So, ganun lang siya kadali ang rate of return. Multiply it by 100%. At ano ang ating rate of return? Paki-compute ulit. ROR natin. Pa-compute naman. Anybody? Answer? May nagko-compute ba? Yes. Ano rate of return?
0.20.
Times 100%.
Ay. 20.6.
20.6. Wala na kasunod.
209.
209.
0225.
Okay, tama na yung 209%. Again, this is per year. So, every year, since uniform naman ang revenue at saka expenses at saka depreciation at isa lang beses ang initial capital. So, every year kumikita ang ating project ng 20.62%. That is our ROR. So, to determine whether it is should invest in a company, so kailangan meron kang recommendation kasi ang tanong sa atin is determine if it should invest in a new product line. Okay, so since ang answer natin, since the computed rate of return, ROR, natin, is greater than MARR, which is 15%. Ano? So therefore, the company should invest in the new product line. Kailangan isulat natin yon, ano? Minsan nilalagay lang is acceptable or justified. Depende ngayon sa question yon. So the company should invest in the new product line. Yun ang answer. Okay, so again, take note of this formula for our rate of return. Madali lang siyang sauluhin. Hindi naman siya nakakalito. Yan. ROR is equal to revenue minus expenses plus depreciation over I. Okay? Punta tayo sa second method. We have yan, marami siyang paliwanag dito. So, ito yung ating decision rule. If the computed rate of return is greater than or equal to the minimum rate of return or MARR, the investment is economically acceptable. If not, so it's not acceptable. Okay, so solve this one on your own. Now, for this method, tawagin natin itong annual cost method. Okay? Palitan natin, may correction ulit dito. This is what we call annual cost method. Kasi meron talaga tayong annual worth. Okay? Let us have this one. Gawin natin dito para ma-erase natin yung annual cost. Again, palitan natin ang title ng pangalan ng method na to. Gawin natin itong annual cost. Okay, this is cost. Or tinatawag natin na AC method. Bakit? Kasi meron talaga tayong annual worth method or AW. Ito ay AC. Okay, AC method. In this method, interest on the original investment, or sometimes called the minimum required profit or MRP, is included as a cost. So isinasama na natin sa expenses or sa gastos yung gusto nating kitain ng ating pera. Let's say meron kang investment na 1 million, gusto mong kumita siya ng 10% every month. Okay? So, wag namang every month, every year. Every year, 10% every year. So, ang 10% ng 1 million natin is 100,000. So, gusto mong kumikitain yung 100,000 out of your investment. So, ito ay tinatawag natin na interest on the original investment or what we call minimum required profit. And ang ating formula for MRP, okay, so MRP natin, sulat. So yung minimum required profit or MRP or tinatawag natin na interest on original investment. So ang original investment natin is CO multiplied by MARR or ating interest rate na I, or this is equal to the initial investment kasi nga sa ibang textbook ang ginagamit ay original cost or kaya first cost or kaya initial investment. Ang dami ano. So multiplied by MARR. Okay. Parang sa ating textbook, ito ay equal to FC, the original cost natin, multiplied by I. I is the MARR. Okay, so again, this is minimum required profit. Pag isinama natin siya sa expenses or sa cost, we are to compute for the excess. Okay? So, ang excess is equal to annual worth cash inflow minus annual worth cash outflow. So, this is ang formula ng excess using our symbol. So, ang excess natin ay revenue minus sinasama natin sa expenses ang depreciation. This is plus depreciation plus MRP, yung gusto nating kitain na profit. Minimum required profit. So that's sa equation na to, narito na yung profit isinasama natin sa expenses. So that if excess is equal to 0, if this is equal to 0, ibig sabihin, kumita ang ating pera ng minimum. Narito na kasi yung ating profit, minimum nga laang. Okay? If excess is equal to 0, yan, meron tayong profit which is the minimum. And if excess, computed excess is greater than 0 or positive, if excess is positive, ayan, or greater than 0, okay, meaning, hindi laang MRP ang kinita ng pera. Hindi laang minimum required profit ang kinita ng iyong investment. Kung hindi, this is the excess amount. So, kaya natin kinukuha ang excess amount. Magkano ba yung excess natin over the minimum? Okay, kinukuha natin siya. Now, kung ang excess is negative, ibig sabihin, posible na may profit pero hindi natin nakuha yung minimum required profit. Let's say for 1 million, we are anticipating an interest rate of 10%. So that will be 100,000 every year. But siguro hindi naka 100,000. Ano kaya negative ang excess? May profit siya pero hindi niya na kuha yung ating minimum required profit. Negative ang excess. Okay? Solvein ulit natin itong ating problem na to using annual cost method. So, for annual cost method, for AC method, annual cost method, so that this one, kino-compute natin ang depreciation. I think this is 17,238.2219. Hindi ako nagkakamali. Kino-compute din natin ang MRP, the minimum required profit. So this is equal to our initial investment multiplied by MARR. So ang initial investment natin is $1,250,000. And imumultiply natin ito ng MARR which is 15%, 0.15. Paki-compute naman ulit ako na rin ang ating MRP. Sino ba ang aking taga-calculate? Sinong taga-pindot ko? Anong pangalan mo, Toy? Lalagyan kita ng plus. Answer?
187,500.
Ulit. Size
187,500.
187,500. Ganyan nga. Ganyan? Okay.
Yes po.
So, yung ating 1,250,000, gusto nating kumita siya ng minimum, which is 187,500 every year. Kasi yung MARR natin is annual siya. So, this is every year. So that ang ating kino-compute natin ng excess for AC method, so excess, this is excess profit over the minimum kung siya ay magpa-positive. So ang excess natin again is revenue. Excuse me. Minus expenses plus depreciation plus MRP. Okay. Excuse me. So ang ating revenue ay $750,000. And then out of this income or revenue, ibabawas natin ang ating expenses, which is 475. Nari yung sa labor, sa materials, and so on. And then plus depreciation, ibabawas din natin ito sa revenue. So this is 17,238.2291 at 2219. And then plus ang ating MRP is 187,500. So yung gusto natin, na-anticipate natin na kikitain ng ating investment, pinaka-minimum, sinasama na natin sa depreciation. And then equal to. So anong value ng ating excess? Yes. Kailangan natin ng value kasi i-compare natin ito later sa AW method. Now, since ang answer natin sa rate of return method ay acceptable siya, kailangan din may excess to. Ano, hindi siya zero, hindi siya negative. Kasi mas malaki ang MARR, ang ROR niya sa MARR. So, magkano ang excess? Yes. Hala, nawala na ang aking taga-compute. Nasaan na? Yes.
Ma'am,
Okay.
70,251.7781.
Okay, isa-isahin natin. Isa-isahin natin ng number.
70,000.
70.
Apo.
70,000.
261.
261.
0.7781.
7781. Okay. So ito ay dollars, ano? This is excess profit over the minimum. Ibig sabihin, ang kinita ng pera mo every year, this is every year, is 187,500 plus. Ano? Plus pa. Hindi lang 187,500 plus 70,261.7781. Okay, so excess profit ito over the minimum. So therefore, since excess is equal to or greater than 0, justified ang investment. Okay, basta nag-positive siya, justified ang investment. Kung 0 siya, justified pa rin ang investment. Walang excess, pero nakuha natin ang ang MRP niya. Okay? Okay, so that is our first two methods. Puntahan natin ang third method, pero dito natin kuhanin sa ating, take note sa ating, ano ba nakalagay sa ating manual? We have the present worth method. Okay. So the third one is the present worth method, this one, or PW. This pattern for economy studies is based on the concept of present worth. If the present worth of the net cash flows is equal to or greater than 0, the project is justified economically. The present worth method is flexible and can be used for any type of economy studies, any type of cash flows. It is extensively in making economy studies in the public works field where long-lived structures are involved. Okay? So, PW or present worth ng ating project ay kinukuha lang natin ang present worth ng cash inflows and present worth or minus present worth ng cash outflows. Now, dalawa lang naman yung ating cash inflows. Ano nakalagay dito? Cash inflows include annual revenue and salvage value. And then for cash outflow, we have the initial investment. Lahat ng type, dito pwede tayong may additional investment. So lahat ng investment plus the overhead cost including excluding. So hindi kasama ang depreciation for our expenses. Take note, sa present worth, wala tayong depreciation. kinukuha lang natin ang present worth ng lahat ng cash inflows. Okay? Para maipaliwanag lalo natin, ilagay natin sa cash flow diagram ang ating mga cash flows. Okay? Sabi nga natin, 4 lang na type ng cash flows yan. We have the initial investment at year 0. Let's say, isa lang nag-invest ng capital, pero pwede tayo na merong additional capital. Okay, so we have here the initial investment. And then, since nirepresent natin siya ng downward arrow, so cash outflow siya. So, ang revenue natin will be cash inflow. So, this is uniform every year. Yan, meron tayong revenue. Pasensya na, hindi matuwid. Okay. Revenue. Pagpalagay natin uniform every year ang ating revenue. Pero pwede siya na hindi uniform. Pwede siya na gradient series. Kung gusto kayong pahirapan, pwedeng gradient series ito. So let's say uniform ang revenue. So nirepresent natin ang upward arrow from the first year hanggang sa last period natin or ng study period natin na end. Okay? Ganon din ang expenses. It can be any amount ng cash flow. Pero i-assume natin na uniform siya para madali ang ating formula. Okay? It can be uniform cash flow. Pwede siyang gradient series na cash flow. Pwede din siyang irregular cash flow. So, pagpalagay natin uniform ang expenses. And then you have a positive cash flow, another one which is salvage value. And then, kukunin natin ang present worth ng lahat ng cash flow na to using an interest rate that is the MARR, the minimum attractive rate of return. Okay, so yung first method natin is present worth method. At patatlo pala. Yung patatlo nating method is present worth. Meaning, kinukuha lang natin ang present worth ng lahat ng cash flows na to. Yung paapat, magkasunod na siya, is future worth or FW. Okay? So, yan din ang cash flow diagram. Pero ang kinukuha naman natin ngayon ay sum ng lahat ng cash flows na to papunta naman sa last period end. O, pareho siya ng principle. Magkaiba lang ng focal date ang ginagamit. Okay? Alisin ko muna future worth kasi magsusulat ako ng formula. Basta kasunod nito ay future worth. Okay? So, we are asked to find the present worth of all these cash flows. Pwede natin pag-isa-isahin. We have present worth ng cash inflow, which is revenue at salvage value. Dalhin natin yung revenue at year 0, which is an annuity. Dalhin din natin yung salvage value at year 0, which is a single cash flow. And then, minus present worth ng cash outflow. So, ganun pa rin ang principle. Kuhanin natin ang sum ng cash outflow. We have the initial investment. And then, aring expenses, which is assume natin na annuity. So, dadalhin laang natin yung sum ng ating expenses at year 0. Kaya meron tayong present worth. Alam nyo na ang formula. Kahit paanong type ng cash flow yan, kayang-kaya nyo nang kuhanin ang present worth ng cash flows. Hindi ga? Okay. So, by our formula, present worth in will be revenue. And then, multiply natin ang finding A when P is given. Haba kasi ng formula. Plus, present worth ng salvage value. So, since this is single cash flow, it is 1 plus I raised to negative N. So, this is our PW in. Okay, take note, meron tayong factor dito. 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N. Hindi rin nakataste si ma'am. Sinulat din. Okay. Minus, okay, This is the present worth of our cash outflow, which is the initial investment plus the expenses, which is annuity. Okay, so again, this is also 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n over I. So this is the present worth of our cash outflow. Dalawa din ang item, the initial investment tsaka sa expenses. Pag inalis mo aring aring tawag din aring ang tawag dito, bracket na yon, negative ay, tapos magne-negative din. Okay? Gusto ko lang makita nyo na pwede nating i-simplify yan. Negative din ang E. So that pwede natin pagsamahin since at saka iyon ay pareho ng factor, pwede na natin pagsamahin ang R, revenue minus expenses. Okay? Yan. Ito yung profit. And then multiply it with 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n over I. Yan, pinagsama na natin yon. And then the salvage value multiplied by 1 plus I raised to negative n. And then minus I, minus initial investment. Usually, aring initial investment, since nasa unahan siya ng equation. But, sige, ilagay na natin doon sa huli. So, this is PW ng ating project. Okay? Itong mahabang ito ay present worth. Pwede mong paghiwalayin, present worth ng in minus present worth at out. Ang gusto ko lang ulit i-iterate is ito lang yung mga cash flows na hahanapin natin. Ito lang yung given sa problem natin. The initial investment, the revenue, the expenses, and salvage value. Laging ganyan. Walang ibang cash flows. Ano? Meron mang given na iba which is considered as expenses or considered as revenue siya. Or considered as initial investment. Ano? Nadadagdagan lang ang mga investment. Okay. So to decide if the present worth is equal to or greater than 0, if the present worth of our project is positive or that is equal to or greater than 0. Nasaan ka ang equal to 0? So kung greater than 0 siya, positive yung value. Ano? Usually the term is positive. Kung positive siya, ay justified ang investment. Ano? So this is if the present worth is equal to or greater than 0, then kung 0 siya, justified ang investment. Okay? Ibig sabihin ay na-recover yung investment. And ang kinita mo pa ay yung interest rate na yon. Okay, this is your rate of interest. This is your ROR, yung MARR, and then justified ang investment. Okay, na-recover mo ang capital. More so if it is positive. Okay. Now, of course, otherwise, if it is less than 0, hindi justified ang investment. Okay, so for future worth, isabay na natin. So for future worth, ganun din. Get the future worth of all cash inflows, FW in, minus FW out, or isa-isahin mo ang ating cash flows, dalhin mo sa future or sa last period end. Yun pa rin ang gayon pa rin ang ating decision. The future worth of the project must be equal to or greater than 0 to justify the investment. Okay na? So, kung makikita natin, yung ating sample problem, isa-substitute lang naman natin lahat ng values dito. Okay na siya. Ano? At lalabas positive ang present worth. So pag sa isang method ay justified ang investment, sa lahat ng method justified siya. Okay? So again, ano to? Direct substitution ng ating mga values. Okay na? So kasama na doon ang future worth, pareho naman sila. Okay? Do you have any question? So far, okay. So, nakakaapat na tayo ng methods. We have rate of return, annual cost method, present worth method, future worth kasi sinabay na natin sa present worth. Pareho naman siya, magkaiba lang ng focal date. Okay? We have the next one which is annual worth. So, tayo muna ay health break ng 5 minutes. Ako la ay mag-health break. Okay. Health break muna tayo ng 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone. The worth method. Yan. Since ito ay, let us assume na revenue and expenses are uniform. So that yung initial investment na rin sa year 0 ay hindi uniform at saka yung yung salvage value dito at the end of the last period end ay hindi din uniform. So that ang gusto natin gawin for AW method ay i-convert natin into uniform cash flow lahat ng ating cash flows. So again for the formula, so lahat ng cash inflows ay i-convert natin into uniform amount. Ganon din ang lahat ng annual worth. Okay? Ng cash outflow, i-convert din natin into uniform cash flow. Supposed to be ganyan yung formula. But since, okay, assuming na ang revenue at expenses ay uniform na, okay, so that ang atin na lang i-convert into uniform amount ay yung initial investment na narito. This is I. And yung salvage value sa last period. So this is at year 0, this is at last period, which is narito yung salvage value. Okay. Pag kinonvert natin into uniform amount itong dalawa, ang tawag natin doon ay CR. Kung tandaan ninyo, meron tayong capital recovery amount, CR. Hindi ko na lang isusulat ng buo. Ano? Capital recovery amount. Saan ba nakita yun? Ulit-ulit, hanapin natin sa ating manual. Meron tayong capital recovery amount sa ating manual. I think nasa after siya ng depreciation. Pero titikapin natin, ano? Kung saan ba nanggaling yung yung capital recovery amount na yon. For capital recovery, gusto ko lang makita nyo na meron naman dito sa ating manual. Country, bond value, capital financing ito. Kasama ng capitalized cost. So if you're going to look at your manual, dun sa part ng may capitalized cost, isiningit din yung, siningit lang, yung capital recovery amount. After na, before depreciation siya. Saan na? After na depreciation. This is depletion. Eto na. Okay. So, meron tayong capital recovery amount. Okay? So, by definition, may definition to sa book capital recovery amount. So, we have this value. Although, wag na natin gamitin itong formulang ito. Okay? We're going to use another formula para makuha natin ang capital recovery amount, and this is the same as this one. Okay? Ito siya, yung FC minus salvage value. Yan. This one. Multiplied by this factor. Yan. Sala lang yung ng bracket. Okay, so ipaliwanag natin itong capital recovery amount. Ito yung gagamitin natin na formula for capital recovery amount or CR. Okay? So ang CR or capital recovery amount is the equivalent worth of initial investment and salvage value. So that this is equal to, i-convert natin yung ating initial investment into a uniform amount by multiplying this with, since nasa present worth siya, finding A when P is given. And that is I over 1 minus 1 plus I raised to 1 plus I raised to negative N. So, pag minultiply natin yung initial investment natin ng ganitong factor, kino-convert natin siya into uniform cash flow. Okay, parang dinidistribute natin as uniform cash flow siya. So, parang para siyang nagiging ganyan siya. Uniform cash flow siya every period. Okay, hanggang last period end. So, yung initial investment na yon, na siya. Okay, kinonvert natin to uniform cash flow. The same time, we had salvage value, which is opposite ng direction ng I. So, gawin nating minus the equivalent worth of salvage value. I-convert din natin siya into uniform cash flow. And this time, ang factor niya is finding A when F is given kasi naroon siya sa last period end. So, this is multiplied by I over 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. Okay. Get siya. So, siguro ay kasi itong initial investment, this is FC, ano? Siguro pag kinuha natin yung common factor nilang dalawa, baka lalabas yung formula nandun. Pero wag na nating i-simplify pa siya or kunin pa yung equation na yon. Ito na lang ang ating gamitin na formula for capital recovery amount or CR, which is the equivalent uniform series of initial investment and salvage value. Okay? Para to determine our AW, okay? So kung uniform na ang revenue at saka yung expenses, yan, kung uniform na itong dalawa, ima-minus na lang natin ang CR. So kung ato ay minus, magiging minus aring I, magiging plus aring salvage value. Ano kasi naka-parenthesis siya. So we have here the term CR or the capital recovery amount. Now, moreover, if we are going to analyze this equation in terms of our excess, okay? So, since ang annual cost natin is in terms of excess, we have here revenue minus expenses. Alisin natin ang ano niya, tawag doon, ang bracket. Revenue minus expenses, isama natin yung CR so that lumalabas ngayon na pag pinagsama natin ito, Dito natin i-group siya. Yan. Ering CR na are, ang lumalabas na depreciation plus MRP. Okay? Kaya ganun yung formula niya. Okay? So, ganito din na yung hitsura niya. Pwede nating alisin ulit. Alisin na lang natin ulit ang ating, ayan, para array minus, array yung CR. Yan. So, we have here, revenue minus expenses minus CR. Pero ang CR natin, itong mahabang ito. No, kino-convert natin into uniform cash flow ang ating mga investment at saka salvage value. And ganun pa rin ang principle if AW is equal to or greater than 0, justified ang investment. Okay? So, ang paliwanag niya, narito siya sa ating textbook. Medyo, kung babasahin natin, mas magandang basahin kasi mas maintindihan natin siya. So, this is annual worth. Yan. So, the annual worth of a project is an equal annual series of dollar amount for a stated study period that is equivalent to cash inflow minus cash outflow and interest rate that is generally MARR. Okay? Hence, the AW of a project, ito, is annual equivalent revenue or savings minus annual expenses less its equivalent capital recovery amount. So, ito ngayon ang ating equation for AW, that is revenue minus expenses minus capital recovery amount. Okay? Naintindihan? Ito dito siya nanggaling. Okay. So, that's a decision. AW decision rule. If the AW is equal to or greater than 0, the project is economically justified. So, the CR, the capital recovery amount for a project is the equivalent uniform annual cost of capital invested. It is the annual amount that covers the following two items. It is the loss in value of the asset or what we call depreciation. And the second one, it is the interest on the invested capital or tinatawag natin na MRP. Okay, kaya yung magiging answer sa ating AW is numerically equal sa excess. Kasi pareho siya ng by definition, yun ang ating ano. Pero magkaiba naman ang formula. Ano? This is revenue minus expenses, meron tayong CR. Pero yung CR na yon, pareho din lang siya ng depreciation plus MRP. Siguro pag yung CR na yon, this one, pag ang CR na ito ay ating sinimplify, lalabas yung formula ng depreciation at saka ng MRP. Okay? Naintindihan? May question doon? Okay. So, again, let us have this problem para yan, kasi ito ay depreciation. Supposed to be, this is depreciation plus REI MRP. That is the capital recovery amount. Okay, wag na natin itong isa kasi not sure ako kung ano ang formulang are. Ano? Hindi ko alam kung paano napalabas ang formulang are. Pero REI depreciation, din sa unang equation, REI depreciation. And this one ay MRP. And sabi sa book na, it consists of the two items. Okay, the annual depreciation and the interest on investment. Okay na? Okay, so it's either you memorize this one or just memorize CR, which is the conversion ng initial investment into uniform cash flow minus the conversion of salvage value into uniform cash flow debt. Okay na? Okay, let us solve this one. And after nitong AW, we only have internal rate of return. And tapusin na kaya natin. This is AW. Then mag-solve muna tayo ng problem ng AW. Saan yung ating problem ng AW? Yung isa, this one, hindi. This one, use AW method. Ano yung sinosolve natin na problem? This one. Actually, it is a problem for AW method. Okay? So, we have, sinolve natin ng rate of return at saka ng annual cost method. Hindi natin kinuha ang value ng present worth, but still, madali naman siya. You just direct substitute lang ng problem. Ganon din pag ito din lang naman yung formula for AW. Revenue minus expenses minus CR. And CR is equal to initial investment multiplied by this factor minus salvage value multiplied by this factor. Direct substitution din lang siya. So you have to memorize all this formula. Huwag malilito ha kasi hindi naman tayo open formula. Ang dami nyo ng formula ang sasauluhin. Okay? Solve na lang tayo ng isa pang problem para quits na tayo. And this one is also for AW. Eto. Biyahin ko siya. Lagay natin dito. (5-20) in our textbook. Kaya lang may kasunod pa siya dito sa kabilang page, kabilang line. Ito siya. Okay. So, sabi dito, your firm is... Wala. Pakihan natin. Yan. Copy this problem at the back pages of your manual. Doon tayo sa starting at present worth. Kasi we have to solve the present worth, the future worth, and the AW. So, tatlong methods ang gagamitin natin dito. 5-20. Your firm is thinking about investing $200,000 in the overhaul of a manufacturing cell in a lean environment. Revenues are expected to be $30,000 in year 1 and then increasing by $10,000 more each year thereafter. Relevant expenses will be $10,000 in year 1 and will increase by $5,000 per year until the end of the cell's 7-year life. Salvage value, salvage recovery at the end of year 7 is estimated to be $8,000. What is the annual equivalent worth of the manufacturing cell if MARR is 10%? So you're going to get the present worth, hindi lang AW, going to get the present worth, the future worth, and the annual equivalent worth or AW for this project. So, hindi naman tinatanong if it is justified sa investment. Basta, at sabi, kuhanin mo ang present worth, ang future worth, at saka ang AW. Okay, so tatawag tayo later ng tatlo na magpipresent ng kanyang solution for the present worth, for the future worth, and AW. Solvein nyo muna lahat itong problem na to. Again, at the back pages of your manual para pag nag-check ako sa Sunday, kasama na siya sa check-checkan natin. Okay? Nandun na siya sa inyong manual. So be sure na may solution ka na yun nito para mapabilang sa ating sa inyong grade ng PSET. Tatawag tayo ng isa na magpe-present ng present worth, isa ng future worth, at isa na AW. So, ganun pa rin, you're going to solve the problem at the back pages of your manual. And then, pag natawag ka, pipicturean mo at isesend mo sa ating messenger. Doon natin kukunin ang iyong solution. is multiplied by 1.1 raised to negative 1 or i-divide mo ng 1.1 and so on. And dito makasama na yung last na 50,000 tsaka salvage value. Ano? So inisa-isa niya. And the present worth lumabas na negative 34,711.33. Okay. So hindi naman pinatatanong sa atin kung acceptable ba siya or not. Basta get the present worth, the future worth, and the AW. Pagdating sa future worth, we have this future worth muna tayo. Nasaan? Ito yata. Ang ginamit mong formula is present worth. So this is finding P when A is given. So it's supposed to be the A and kinuha mo ang present worth. Take note ha, this is present worth na formula plus pati yung salvage value is raised to 1 multiply ng 1 plus I raised to negative n. So this is also present worth ng salvage value minus initial investment. Ito ay formula ng present worth, hindi formula ng future worth. Okay? So tinitingnan ko kasi kung if this is present worth, pareho ka ba yun ng answer? Hindi naman siya nagpareho, ano? Ito rin, hindi ko rin maintindihan ang formula. But for this one, ang future worth mo ay ang formula mong ginamit ay formula ng present worth. Okay, should be future worth. Hindi ko na nga lang inilagay ang formula kanina, but I assume na naintindihan nyo ang principle ng future worth. No, dadalhin nyo lahat ng cash flows sa future. So, hindi ito ang formula kasi ito ay formula ng present worth. Okay? Take note of that that correction. For AW, so you have AW ng cash inflow, and AW ng cash outflow. Yun din ang inyong process. Inisa-isa mong dinala for cash inflow and for cash outflow. Okay. And lumabas din is negative 7,129.03. So, again, wala namang problema kung isa-isahin. Kaya lang, kung yan ay exam at nakalagay is use gradient series formula, wala kayong points na makukuha dito kahit tama ang answer. Kasi you have to follow the direction. Ganun din yung exam natin, may nakalagay sa direction na you have to use gradient series formula. So pag may nakagayon sa direction, hindi mo pwedeng isa-isahin, wala kang points na makukuha. Okay, class? So yun siya. Please take note of the solution for the present worth and the formula for future worth. Again, hindi ko na siya nilagay kasi understood ko, alam nyo na ang formula ng future worth. Hoping alam nyo ang formula ng future worth. Okay? And also ang AW. Okay? So, okay na yon. Meron pa tayong isang oras but we still have tatlong method. So, next meeting na lang yung tatlong method that will be on Saturday. And again, kasama pa yun sa exam. I'm just going to share you our schedule. So again, you have 1 week to review all these methods. And then sa 18, didiscussing natin ang internal rate of return at saka ang payback period. Isasama pa rin natin yon sa exam sa 19. Although madali na yon, tatatlo ng method. So 19 natin sa 18 natin didiscussing and then kasama siya sa exam sa 19. Okay? Again, ang exam natin, ang midterm exam natin ay Linggo. We're going to start at 12:30. Okay na? So, do you have any questions so far? Okay, kung wala na, you use the remaining time in solving all the problems from depreciation hanggang evaluation ng single project. So may mga problems pa rin doon na kailangan nyo solvein. So please solve all those problems. Okay na? So for now, thank you very much everyone for your attendance and for participation. And see you all next meeting sa Saturday, face-to-face class tayo. Okay? Goodbye everyone.